From the Opupco Studios in Oklahoma City, I am Brandon Chapman. I'm joined by Jenny Carlson, and this is OU women's basketball. Obviously, the tournament is set to get underway. Jenny, just tell me a little bit about OU's seed and how do they feel about that seed?
Well, a 3 seed in the Kansas City Regional. The Sooners, I think, feel really good about their seed. Had they won the Big 12 tournament, had they beat Texas A&M in the championship game, I think they might have been a 2 seed. I think they were potentially playing for that. Because after Texas A&M defeated Nebraska, I think they had elevated their stock, and had Oklahoma beaten them, I think they would have been a 2. But clearly a strong 3 seed. They feel really good about the seeding and really good about how they're playing right now. So things are really positive right now in Norman.
Well, they get the opportunity, obviously, to kind of host this little pod or little regional, whatever it may be. So how are they feeling about that?
Well, really good. This is a sub-regional that's been set for a while. Ticket sales are going okay. I think they had over 2,000 advanced ticket sales, which when you don't know for certain who's coming there, you have a pretty good idea it's the Sooners. But until you know for certain, they really felt good about those ticket sales. I think it's going to be a great crowd in Norman. But I think as much as anything, they're really excited about the chance to return to Kansas City. They wouldn't go back to Municipal Auditorium where they played the Big 12 tournament this past weekend. But to get to Kansas City, a close locale where fans could go, where they would obviously be one of the teams that the locals would cheer for, I think. I think they like that too, the fact that they could stay in Norman, then go to Kansas City and never have to really travel that far from home and maybe have a chance to go to the Final Four.
And matchup-wise, how do you feel about their potential run or potential road to the Final Four?
Well, they'll start with South Dakota State, and South Dakota State was a team that last year made some noise in the NCAA Tournament. Their first year to make the NCAA Tournament, won a first-round game, pushed Baylor to the brink, nearly defeated Baylor in the second round. So a good team, South Dakota State. If the Sooners win that game, which I suspect they will, then they would likely match up against Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech, a team they played last year in the NCAA Tournament. And if you look down the road, one of the things that they really like about this, in addition to where they're playing, is who they could potentially play. Notre Dame is the 2 seed, so if the seeds hold, the Sooners would play them. They played Notre Dame earlier this year. And then if they if they would get an upset there and beat Notre Dame, chances are they could play Nebraska, a team that they've also played this year. So the familiarity of where they're going to play and potentially who they're going to play, I think the Sooners feel really good about their chances to maybe make some noise in this tournament.
Sounds like things could really fall in place for OU.
Definitely.
Thanks, Jenny. Stay with News OK and the Oklahoman all March as we follow the NCAA Tournament coverage.